Hello, welcome back to Valiant Premier League, everyone. My name is Chisin, and I am the host as well as the organizer uh the sorry for about that accidentally changing the screen. Welcome to the stream, and we will have day 3 starting very soon. On the left side we will have Saiyan Royal Flush, and on the blue side we're gonna have cat food, so that's gonna get started really soon. Unfortunately, due to some scheduling issue that is completely my fault, that Live Swoop 24 against M8 Hexa Alpha will only be played tomorrow night. So yeah, I gotta claim that that was my mistake, that I thought that their match is going to be tonight, but actually it's not. So I apologize for that. Meanwhile, we do have some really good matchup anyway. Cat Foods and Saiyan Royal Flush are really good good teams. So for those who just joined us, welcome onto the stream. Sorry that I'm a little distracted. Started the stream a little late tonight because I had some other things going on. But anyway, seems like Cat Foods is having some issue with Discord. That's their main application for their communication. So when you play, you gotta hear your teammates. So Discord is definitely one of the preferred choice of mode of communication. Meanwhile, in case you guys just join us, let me see if I could get this up. Alright, Group B. Today is gonna be the first day of Group B. Well, we had 4 matches played out for Group A in the past few days. But for Group B, the first match is going to be Saiyan Royal Flush against Cat Food, and then followed by X3 Star against Wava Pets. These teams are really good. Group B is really stacked. Meanwhile, tomorrow we will have Live Swoop 24 against M8 Hexa Alpha, and I believe it's going to be Valhalla Bloodlines against Samurai Gamers as well for Monday, and that's gonna conclude our first week. So yeah, pretty cool. As for Group B, let's have a look at the leaderboard now. New Era, Nexus eSports, Team Saiyan, and TG Gaming. Oh well. Oh, I just realized that we did not update the last score. Let me just quickly update that. DixPH did win 2-0 against Jesselton MOBA. Anyway, Cat Food is still having some issue with Discord, and we are trying to see if they could resolve that. without communication it's kinda hard to play this game, to be honest. And I don't think the in-game voice call works as well, but yeah. We are missing one player from Cat Foods. Other than that, we are pretty much ready to go. So if you've just joined us, VPL tonight, it's between, let me just quickly show you guys what do we have. Tonight it's Say Royal Flush against Cat Food, X Freestar against Wava Pets. Definitely some of the best teams that we are seeing here in we are seeing in this Southeast Asia region. Let's see if both teams are ready. I just want to make sure that both teams are ready before we could go. Alright, seems like we are ready to go. Let's head into game number 1. Game number 1 is going to be Saiyan Royal Flush on the blue side, Cat Foods on the red side. So, Sarah Flash banned out Raz, and Violet was banned by Cat Food. And Saint Flash picked up Chalk now, Predator and Fennec. Meanwhile, Cat Food's going for Zephys and Slims. Can you get an Ivory code? Well, you gotta participate in the giveaway where you need to guess what's the score for tonight, and to stand a chance. Other than that, I don't think there are any other ways that you could do it. And Cat Foods picking up Malok as well as Vera. We don't really see a lot of plays of Vera here in VPL, but definitely looking forward to see how it turns out for Cat Food. And the last pick for Saiyan Royal Flush is gonna be Wukong. Today I've watched a little bit of the Garena Guild War or something, and seems like the meta now favors 3 tanks, 1 mage, 1 marksman. pretty interesting stuff. Not sure if you see any of that here in VPL. Alright, game 1 will be starting soon, and my co-caster Mal will be joining us today, but not for the first game. He will join us for the hopefully the second game, and yeah, I do hope that he'll be able to cast some of these matches tonight on Super Sunday. Let's see if the game has finished loading. Just to recap on the picks, it's Preta, Fennec, Chopna, Wukong, and Mina for Saiyan Royal Flush, and for cat foods, it's Zephys, Malok, Slims, and Senior Vera. Alright, game number 1. Let's go. Game number 1, Sarah Flush on the left side, on the blue side, Cat Foods on the red side. Someone asked where am I from? I am from Malaysia, but I currently based in Singapore. Aileron playing on Mina. We have seen some teams be able to use it very well. Ooh, great pull there from Aileron. Prey. Gonna get hit by that ability from X-Chan. Meanwhile, at the top, Arashi facing off against Meagle. Waiting for Kauzi. Kauzi getting caught there. 3 against 1. Kauzi will go down. It's gonna be first blood. Going for Saiyan Royal Flush. But here comes 3 versus 3. Saiyan Royal Flush is really low. They gotta pick a target here. And they picked up Senil as well. That is great play by Saiyan Royal Flush. Despite getting slightly outnumbered for a bit there. In terms of HP as well. But they came up strong. Aileron. Arashi facing against Meagle at the top. Arashi, will he be able to escape? Yes, he will. Abyssal Dragon being picked up here by Saiyan Royal Flush. Aggressive start from this team. Cat Foods. Apparently one of the hot favorite to win VPL. As I talked to some of the pros, they did mention that Cat Food is definitely Cat Foods. Cat Food is definitely one of the favorite. What is my favorite hero? My favorite hero is Arthur. I mean, if you solo kill a lot, Arthur is very consistent. But you do need to rely on helpful teammates. If you don't like to rely on somebody else, you might want to go for Jungle Lubu. Jungle Lubu has been working pretty well for me. Meanwhile, in the middle here, Beagle trying to get Aileron. They're just grouping up together, waiting for the right time, waiting for something to happen. Aileron overextending himself a little there, not realizing that there are a lot of Cat Foods around this area. Meanwhile, bot lane, Count Z facing off against Micro Z and All. It's 3 against 2 situation here in bot lane. 4 against 2 actually. So not too sure what's the objective here, trying to outnumber their opponent. Error 404, the captain. back out. But as we mentioned, great start there by Saiyan Royal Flush. Arashi against Meagle. Arashi get it pretty low. Meagle should be able to finish him off. One more hit should do it. Oh man, one more. There we go. Arashi overextending himself at the top lane. Meanwhile, Mina picking up that Abyssal Dragon, the second of the game. Ultimate coming in from Kauzi, trying to scare them away. Aileron, all being micros, still lurking next to the tower. They're gonna disengage and head to the jungle. Continue their slight lead here. 600 gold, not a significant lead, but the aggressive start, they did not manage to sustain it. Yo, MadCatX, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good luck to both teams. Yep, good luck to both teams. Now, bot lane. 4 against 1. Aileron getting caught out here. Will he go down? No. Preta sending out the blast and caught 2 heroes there. All getting pretty low there. In the end, Aileron survives. But mid lane, they're getting surrounded. Oh, Kauzi with the ultimate caught Micro Z. Micro Z will not survive this. Arashi sensing something is wrong, decided to back away just in time. Cat Food picking up yet another kill. Kauzi with the ultimate to stall everyone in place. Grunt hitting X-Chan with the spear. At the top, 2 against 1, taking out Wukong. Arashi on Wukong there again. Such a good ganking move here by Cat Food. They are slowly getting the grip of the game, building up momentum. Micro Z trying to steal this Abyssal Dragon, while no one is near him actually. So great map awareness there by Micro Z, picking up their 3rd Abyssal Dragon, though they are still very far behind in terms of goal differential. Aileron got himself in lots of trouble there. Cat Food sticking together and splitting up as they continue their push. Are they gonna push for the mid lane, or are they going for the Dark Slayer? Maybe not. A little too early perhaps. Meagle being found out by Arashi. Will be able to escape. 2 against 1. Now Senior joins the fight. That could change the tide of the game. Arashi, oh my god, he just destroyed Senior there. Sierra Flash taking down 1 tower. And now, what's next? Grunt as well as Prey getting a tower as well. Meanwhile, here, almost got caught by Grunt's spear. At the top, Zephyr's going down to this 3-man gank. They're gonna take this tower as well. Sierra Flash very aggressive here. Sinil, the only one defending, gonna be joined by Prey on Vera. Aileron will try to escape. This game is going both sides, but it seems like Saiyan Royal Flush getting a hang of it as well. They got a goal lead back again. 4th Abyssal Dragon. Cat foods. It's a little bit of everywhere. Old Aileron. Micro Z taking down the bot lane first tower. And now, are they gonna group up in mid lane? Mid lane seems to be where the fights are. Meagle trying to get the blue buff, but it's already been taken by Arashi. Arashi with the double buff. Meanwhile, everyone congregating at the top. Well, oh, getting caught there. Missing the ability there by Akshan, but he should be able to catch Arrow 04. 2 kills there by Saiyan Royal Flush. Maybe more incoming. Arrow 404 barely survives that team fight. Very quick regrouping there by Saiyan Royal Flush. Despite getting caught out in the brush. Kauzi realizing that they are going for the Dark Slayer and trying to disrupt, but it's a little too late. Mal is in chat. What's up, Mal? He's gonna join us for game number 2. Everyone, all 10 players in mid lane, just waiting for the opportunity to go in. The Dark Slayer buff. Cat foods need to stall as long as possible. But a big team fight goes in. Meagle will be the one to go down, and Kauzi will follow. Oh, 3 goes down 4. Cat foods, they might not survive this, but Saiyan Royal Flush have 3 players really low as well. Aileron goes down finally to Grunt. Grunt still a massive threat for Saiyan Royal Flush. They need the creep now. They need to have the opportunity to go in, but they are pretty low. All will be able to survive that, and now top lane as well. Saiyan Royal Flush got 2 high ground towers down. Grunt finally be taken down by O. They will now disengage, and mission accomplished. Apply the pressure later on. Saiyan Royal Flush been very active, taking down all these global objectives, and rightfully they are ahead by 7,000 gold. Arashi catching out prey. Arashi overextending himself. Oh, he will survive. Meagle did not manage to catch him. Oh, stopping him in time. That was pretty lucky there by the Wukong player. Cat foods trying to absorb all this pressure. They do need Slims to be beefier. They do need Slims to be able to hurt them more. It's not fully equipped yet, but can pack a punch at this moment. Still not enough. Saiyan Royal Flush getting yet another tower. Just 1 tower left to protect the base. Now, mid lane. Mega Creeps. It's gonna join in the fight. Meagle trying to stop it. Could have been a good opportunity for Saiyan Royal Flush to finish the game there. But they decided against. Gonna try to take this tower instead. Grunt being chased away there. Being very, very low HP. And now, all 3 towers goes down. Prey will be coming back in to join the fight. But I don't think Catfoot could survive this. 2 players goes down for them. 2-for-1 trade. Hang on a minute. Oh, Aileron gonna try to take down the tower, but I think the tower is way too healthy for him to do that. Team Saiyan Royal Flush. Try a little bit too hard there, but they're pretty close. Triple kill there by Meagle. Meagle gonna try to chase down Chan. Meagle should be able to take him down. Oh, gonna be close. No! Great usage of the ability there by Chan, taking out Meagle to prevent the ace. Catfoots. They haven't been able to do much in this match. Only taking down 2 towers. They're behind by 6,000 gold, and they did not manage to get any Abyssal Dragon kill as well. But Saiyan Royal Flush gotta be careful here. They can't let Catfoot to turtle and absorb all this pressure and allow them to be fully equipped and ready for final team fights, because all these big team fights at the end could allow them to fight back very strongly. Cao Zi being caught out here. Cao Zi still alive. Cao Zi will go down. All Grunt will go down with him as well. Prey is the next one to go. Error 404, the captain. 4 players to go down to Arashi. Arashi with the triple kill there, his 6th kill of the game. And now only 1 left. Meagle, they won't be able to survive this. Game number 1 goes to Saiyan Royal Flush. GG, well played. Alright, MVP go to X Chan. 3 kills, 8 assists, 0 death. Pretty impressive stuff there by Saiyan Royal Flush. And in game 2, we might we will wait for Catfoots to see if they want to be on the blue side or red side, because loser get to choose which side they want to play in the next game. Alright, let's see if Mal will be able to join us. Let me dial him up. What do you guys think of that match? Pretty impressive stuff there from Saiyan Royal Flush, beating out Catfoot, one of the favorite to win VPL. Quite convincingly there, despite early game there was a bit of uncertainty there. Yo Mal, what's up? Alright, maybe he's still connecting. Maybe he is still connecting. Yo Mal. Well, we can't hear him. Awaiting endpoints. Okay. Connecting. Alright, connected. Hey Mal, what's up?
How you doing, man? It's good to hear from you again. That was a pretty crazy crazy first game.
Yep, that was pretty crazy indeed. Did you watch it on stream, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did?
I caught bits bits and pieces while I was flustering and making sure I was ready to co-cast with you. But I've got to say, first of all, love the fact you're rocking that Nova jersey, by the way.
Yep. It's a Nova. Well, they got my name at the back as well. Not sure if you guys could see it. They gave it to me when I visited London, so that was pretty cool. Well, yeah. So glad to have you here. So, we haven't had you here since we started the regular season, but things have changed. Names have changed. We have new overlays. We have a sponsor as well, and I'll.
Extremely professional. Right? I'm really liking the changes. The logo looks amazing. So yeah, great work, man.
Thank you, thank you. I think I love it a lot, and I hope all the audience love it as well. Trying to put up a really uniform branding for our Southeast Asia region as well as the North American region. Of course, I'm not sure if you have heard about it. We are launching for the North American region very very soon.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, I know. I'm hoping I get to cast some of it with you.
Yeah, yeah. I won't be casting because those matches will be in the morning for me. But I'm sure we will be able to get someone that is from the North American region to cast with you, and I think it will be very very fun. I mean, different dynamics as well, and of course a better co-caster compared to myself. So.
Yeah, well, I was gonna. I don't know. I think you do a pretty good job, all things considered, considering you're doing everything else as well.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
I've got to say as well. It was the first time I'd seen the Cat Foods logo, and I think it's amazing. It's basically a cat drawn in paint, and I think that's just amazing. So yeah, brilliant logo.
All right, I just invited you to the lobby. I'm not sure if you could see it.
I can't. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. It has put me through. Brilliant.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we got Mao with us. Hopefully the connection is pretty good there as well, as usual. But we will have game number 2 almost ready to go. Let me just make sure that I have all the names ready. Let's see. Cat Foods. Let's see if they're ready. Yeah, I have. I can't remember if I tweeted. I think I did.
you did tweet. I'm just going to announce that I'm casting, so that but then they might avoid it because they know I'm casting. You know, it might work against you.
No, they will definitely come and join us on stream. I think it's gonna be awesome. Meanwhile, Saying Raw Flash will be on the blue side, and Cat Food is gonna be on. Oh, wait. Alright, seems like both teams are ready to go.
Awesome stuff.
Blue team's turn to ban.
Let's see, let's see. Let me
I
update.
like that one of them actually had the Cat Foods logo as their avatar.
Yeah, they were complaining to me as well because they wanted the background to be white because the version that they sent us was white, but all the logos, all the team logos are yeah, it's transparent, so I gotta remove the white part. Anyway.
So first things first.
Yeah, first things first.
Ban on Zephyrus. It looks like the Zephyrus bans are slowly coming through over in the SEA region. It's been a regular banner in the EU region for quite some time, and it's still considered very strong in the NA region also. The Chagna ban, I like the attention that Chagna gets in the SEA region. I personally am a big fan of him. He's one of my most played heroes. I think he adds a lot of utility to a team and remains relevant throughout the whole of the game. I think the main reason you see such a high ban rate in SEA is because there's so many big dive compositions and AoE CC focused compositions. And we've seen just how much Chagna can mess that up. And obviously at this point in the game, Team Science don't want that to be the case. We have seen Violet picked up very strong marksmen across all metas and across all regions. The Malok and Prey to pick up for Team Cyan as well. 2 very strong pickups. Ormar's being hovered right now for Cat Foods. Will be an interesting pickup if that's going to be the case. With the Thane pickup as well, it looks like it will be a solo lane Ormar, and Thane will more than likely take that support role. Let's go see what Team Cyan answer with now.
Seems like Mina is gonna be the pick here. We've seen Mina being played by Saiyan Royal Flush in game 1, and they're going for it again. And Wukong is being picked up as well. Seems like a pretty similar lineup, other than the Malok pick that was being played by Kautzi in the previous game.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point in time, they've got a very kind of almost melee focused group in regards to Team Science pickups. Like, if with the Mina, Dark Dominion over sort of Thane, Raz, Ormar, it's going to do a lot of work. However, they aren't going to be targets you're going to want to pick up in the late game. So the Mina can do a lot of work in that early game against these heroes that will be very tanky in the late game. But early game, probably going to be pretty good, especially if you can get hold of that Joker before the ultimate kicks in, before that laughing gas, because that mobility element and be able to escape is going to be so good for Joker in the late game. He's going to be able to keep himself at a great distance. I think the Slims is a really strong answer as far as marksmen are concerned. Slims have seen played extremely well in previous weeks, and really, really well played throughout most professional tournaments. Definitely adds a lot of utility with that long range stun. Allows for some huge CC chains to come about, and obviously looking at that composition with the Mina, with the Praetor, with the Malok, you're going to have a lot of CC available to you for these strong picks. So I really like that composition coming out from Team Cyan, but I've got to say the composition from Cat Foods as well is very well rounded and looks pretty good as well.
Okay. So prediction?
Predictions. I feel like Team Cyan probably have a little bit more in the way of variety with what they can do with tactics. They've got very good siege comp and pick composition. I think that they'll do well in both AoE and in dual elements. So I've got to say Team Cyan, but I do really like the Cat Foods lineup as well, and it could really go either way. I think if Cat Foods can get a really strong early game, that's going to do them a lot of work, because if they can really blunt that Praetor and the Wukong from developing early, that's going to be such a huge impact on the late game for Team Cyan.
Alright, so we have game number 2 coming right up. This is Cat Food against Saiyan Royal Flush for the VPL regular season top 16. This is day 3, and we have Saiyan Royal Flush winning the first game, and now Team Saiyan Royal Flush Cat Foods will try to pull this level to 1-1.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of attention being paid to the bottom mic column there, but nothing too dramatic. Mina just running around, trying to harass as much as possible. Prey not quite involved. That does catch a little bit of damage from the Praetor though. In these early stages, this damage is going to go back and forth. But you can see that everyone's pretty much taking up quite safe positions. Thane was debating on charging on all there, but wasn't to be. Ormar wasn't quite in the right position at that point in time. It is quite amusing to see a Christmas skin in the middle to late of January. I feel like that should be unlucky. You know, like if you have Christmas lights over a certain period, it's considered unlucky. Christmas skin late January should be bad luck. If we look towards mid now, we do see a death push being set up. A lot of damage coming out. Brilliant work there from the Raz as well. So that heals being utilised across the board there. Thane doing great work in keeping the CC, then forces the heal out from the Cat Foods team as well, but it does go down regardless. Grunt looking very low now. Malok on his heels. I don't know if he can get him. He can indeed, and that's going to be another kill going over. It's true 2-for-1 trade in favour of Team Cyan there. Violet managed to pick up the return kill for Cat Foods. So all in all, not a bad trade. It does leave them open to an Abyssal Dragon, but it doesn't look like Team Cyan wants to push that route just yet, especially with Wukong in the top lane being so low on health, taking a lot of damage from the range of Joker. Does mean that if they do move down, they leave the top lane open fairly well. You can always see the amount of damage coming through from Joker. Praetor though on the roam is coming up, building that huge amount of damage, and you can see that great teamwork there coming out from Team Cyan, and that was huge for Team Cyan. Wukong needed that reprieve. He was looking very low. He was either going to die protecting that turret or have to give up a lot of damage on that turret. So that roam from Praetor really did great work there, and it allowed Praetor to build up that damage significantly because he was hidden that bush, which meant that the amount of damage used, especially in these early stages when you don't have those magic defense items, you just saw how much damage it did when you're able to build that up fully. 3-1 now in kills, going over to Team Cyan as they take down Spirit Sentinel.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts so far in this early stage?
I really like that play by Chan on Praetor. He was the MVP from the previous game. He didn't die at all, so I do see that he's sort of like the talisman for this team, and being able to pick up Praetor yet again will be a huge boost for Saiyan Royal Flush, and it seems to be working well so far. But Abyssal Dragon being taken down here by Cat Foods.
Meanwhile, in top though, we do see a very vulnerable looking Joker with 4 members of the enemy team surrounding him. He's still very healthy. Mina is waiting in the wings, ready to get that grab as they push the wave in. They're going to see what happens as this wave slowly creeps into turret. This is going to be the go signal for the team. Stun does actually miss, and that is pretty dangerous for the team now, as Mina takes a little bit of damage from the turret, but it does mean that Joker has to drive themselves off. Dark Dominion used to keep Joker in place. Ultimate's already been used as well. Now it's going to be a dead Joker, as Wukong utilizes his skills to the best of his ability, and that's another kill. And this might be a lot of damage going down onto the enemy turret. They've only got 1 minion there though. They're still going to be able to take a little bit of damage, taking it down to around a third, nearly half of that damage. And they also take away that that golem there as well. Sage Golem going down as the enemy team at Cat Foods do start pushing in. So it's now 4-1 in favor kills wise for Team Cyan. But obviously we did see that Abyssal Dragon going over, which means that the gold is still about 1k in favor of Team Cyan. But had that Abyssal Dragon not gone down, that would have been would have been pretty nasty there.
Yeah, but here Arrow 4 against 3% here at top lane, but it's gonna be able to disengage. Not too sure why Sarah Flash camping there for so long, but it didn't work out well from there for them.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to get a turret push there. I mean, they have traded turrets. We did see mid turret go earlier as well in favor of Cat Foods. So it's not as big a dramatic issue as you'd think. But it's only 1k difference, but at the 5-minute mark, that could still easily snowball out of place. And we've seen some really good team rotations coming out from Team Cyan. If we look here now, at this point in time, they only have vision over Praetor. That's an easy pull through for Mina, but unfortunately, Ormar is not the target that they're looking for. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we see that turret getting extremely low, and Thane's doing his best to try and push the minions back out of position, and that's going to allow Raz to circle back around. Ormar and the rest of his team are coming down as well. We did see the attempted ultimate to safety there for Malok, but unfortunately he does go down. Meanwhile, the minions did take down the turret, but that's going to be the go signal for the mid turret for Team Cyan as they push in really quickly, take away that restore and drive it in. Good damage coming out from Praetor at this point in time. Joker doing all he can to throw out the damage. Raz diving in as well. Ormar doing what he can. Is going to allow for Dark Dominion use. That is going to be Joker taking down. Really good focus there coming out from Team Cyan to make sure they take down that marksman. Does mean that they lack the poke to defend this turret now, so that could mean that this mid turret is going to go down. Raz still doing what he can. Prey really plays that Raz well. We've seen him on that multiple times. Praetor is going to throw out a little bit more damage, but it doesn't mean that they can take that turret. However, the rest of the team transitions over to Abyssal Dragon, and they are going to be taking that down as well.
Yeah. very aggressive play here by Team Saiyan, and they do seem to be the better side so far. But do you think that if they drag long enough for late game, Cat Foods will be able to bounce back?
I mean, the good thing about Arena of Valor is that it does, you really shouldn't ever give up hope, because you know, you can win a team fight, and with those late game death counters, you can really, you know, push the objectives hard and transition into a decent, you know, close in that gold lead quite well. I do think that cat foods need to make something happen sooner rather than later. I think if they continue to grind themselves down, or you continue to see this drive from Team Cyan, it's not going to take long before. I mean, look how low the objectives are. You know, for cat foods, you know, they're in a vulnerable position, but I think that they're not gone. They need to make something happen soon.
Yeah, they need to make something happen. And they are down by 3,000 gold so far. We did see that game 1 they were down for quite a fair bit, about 7,000 late game. They do not want that to happen yet again this time round. Saiyan Royal Flush pushing down the mid lane, get the first tier tower out of the way. So
yeah, another objective going over to Team Cyan there. That gold lead now slowly creeping up. It's up to about 2.5k, and that's just in 2 to 3 minutes. So that gold lead is slowly increasing. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do see Thane engage hard onto Wukong. Wukong utilizing his mobility to get out of dodge and get himself to safety. Does mean that roam from all 3 members of the from the 3 members of Cat Foods was wasted. Dark Dominion used onto 2 members, but there is no one to follow up right now. Slims has joined the fight, does land a stun. Praetor with the huge AoE damage, does great work. Thane is going to pick up that kill onto Mina. Meanwhile, the Spirit Sentinel is involved as well, and that's 2 more pickups there for Team Cyan as they look for their 3rd and possibly a 4th. That's going to be Joker going down as well, and I think that is actually the ace going over to Team Cyan, and this is what I mean. Bit by bit, slowly grinding them down, and it only takes one huge objective swing and team fight for this to go completely in favor of the team. Malak forced to use his heal after taking a few turret shots there, but as that wave creeps in, with all members available, this is going to be game going over to Team Cyan already, and that's going to be huge. A sub 10-minute game after the 8, and the objective push, huge plays from Team Cyan, and that's going to be them taking the series 2-0. GG and well played both teams.
GG, well played to both teams. That was a pretty quick game, sub 10 minutes like what you said. Yet again, Saiyan Royal Flush beating out Cat Food. Cat Food was sort of like the favorite coming into this game, but now that Saiyan Royal Flush kind of tell them that nope, we are no pushover and win this game. Win both games convincingly. And that leads us to match number 2 for tonight. So again, congratulations to Saiyan Royal Flush. They were able to beat Cat Food 2-0 in this best of 3 games, but Cat Food is not eliminated. This is a round robin stage for VPL, and each team will be able to play against the other 7 teams in the same group once before we move on to the playoffs. Alright, so that's gonna be match number 1. Summary, any analytics for the 2 games that we just saw?
I mean, analytics wise, I felt that there wasn't anything of in the stage that, you know, shouted out to me that this was going to go in one favor or the other. Like I said, I felt that Team Cyan, they gave themselves variety in their team composition, with picks like Slims, who can easily stand on the back line of an AoE situation and deal significant damage, or manage to land a stun and get a huge pick. Mina lends herself to that scenario as well, as does Malok. And I think what they had was really good team communication. We saw a lot of good roams. I felt that Cat Foods maybe weren't communicating as well in that regards. Also regarding sort of where the enemy team were positioned, I think Cat Foods, maybe their map awareness of where the enemy team wasn't quite on par. And it did leave them somewhat vulnerable in a few sort of positions where they'd push lanes, and you'd hope that you'd get a missing call or a little bit of communication. I don't think that they were quite aware of where the enemy team were at any time. So really well played for Team Cyan, because they did that exactly as they should, especially with heroes like Praetor, where their damage takes a little bit of time to build up. They can't just jump straight into a fight. They need to have that backline. And yeah, they just did really good at keeping that backline safe as well in those AoE team fights. So yeah, really well played on their part.
All right, very very good analysis there by Mao. I think that sums up for our game for this match. And for the next match, we will have X3 Star against Vava Pets. We are getting the teams to get ready, so maybe we'll come back in about 9 minutes. So let's take a break, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Mal, this is Chisin. I am the organizer as well as the host for VPL. Mal is my co-caster. Well, the main caster for during the gameplay. He's calling all the way from UK. If you guys like his casting, please follow him on Twitter. He does play a lot of Arena of Valor on the EU server. Am I right?
Yep, that's correct, and stream it on Twitch.
Yep, he's streaming it on Twitch. Not so much on Facebook, right? Only on Twitch, right?
Yeah, well, if I mean, my Facebook is very underdeveloped in Europe. Facebook as well as the this SEA region do. So maybe if I get enough followers on my Facebook over time, I'll stream to there also.
All right. So let's make that happen, guys. Please follow him on Facebook as well if you are a big fan of his. Meanwhile, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back in about 8 minutes. See you guys in a bit in VPL Southeast Asia Day 3. Alright, we are back for the second match of the night. It's gonna be X3 Star against Wava Pets. I know that I actually announced that it's gonna be Live Swoop 34 against M8 Hexa Alpha, but I made a mistake there. The match is going to be tomorrow instead. So if you want to watch that match, make sure you guys come back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Singapore time. As we wait for the teams to join us in the lobby, should be pretty soon. And just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Nova eSports is our sponsor for VPL, Southeast Asia as well as North America. We are launching North America. If you are watching from the North American region, we do have a sign up registration form on our Discord as well as on our Twitter. If you are interested to join us for the NA season, make sure you guys sign up and join the open qualifiers, and then we'll find out the top 16 teams and play it out the regular season, just like what we are doing right now for VPL Southeast Asia. So huge thanks to Anthony, the owner of Nova eSports. Nova eSports is a huge esports organization that have a huge influence in, I say huge a lot of times, but anyway, they have a they are a big organization in mobile games. So they are involved in Clash Royale mainly. Their player won the World Championship recently, and then they won RPL World Championship as well. RPL is a Clash Royale league that I run as a third-party league. They are in Vainglory, they are in PUBG as well, if I'm not wrong, and AOV is something that they are into right now. So if you guys want to join a team, if you guys don't have a team, do hit up Nova eSports. They are looking for really good players, and they do offer contracts as well. So yeah, do go there, and maybe they might have a tryout, and you might be able to join their pro team and maybe win VPL with them. So yeah, what's the score? The score for Saiyan Royal Flush against Cat Food, Saiyan Royal Flush won 2-0. For this one, the Wava Pets against X3 Star is 0-0 at the moment. So we're just waiting for the teams to join us in the lobby. Mal, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, alright. I didn't know you were listening to me all this while.
I just didn't want to interrupt you. You were on a roll, and I didn't want to be rude.
It's okay, it's okay. Thanks for joining us today, Mal. I know it was on short notice, but somehow you managed to join us. Really appreciate it. So Mal, calling from all the way from UK, is a caster for Arena of Valor and a couple of mobile MOBA as well, if I'm not wrong.
I've casted for some other mobile MOBA past, not so much recently, but I think that's more because obviously my focus has been Arena of Valor. But I'm excited to be casting some Arena of Valor, and thank you for the opportunity to do so. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, no worries. We are happy to have you here. Of course, Arena of Valor is going to be released in more regions, hopefully soon. But they just got released in probably one of the biggest region in the world, which is the North America region. And the response seems to be really good so far. But I do hope that VPL will be able to expand as quickly as possible, but maybe not try to drive ourselves crazy. But we are doing it in Southeast Asia as well as North America region for two reasons. Reason number one is that I'm here based in Southeast Asia, and it's easier for me to manage and control the stream. And second reason is that I feel that for Southeast Asia is a great opportunity to tap on a huge esports market that is booming here, especially in the mobile games for esports. I mean, in other regions, I believe that PC games do have an edge over mobile games esports, but in Southeast Asia, it's a completely different story. we do see the rise of games like Clash Royale, Vainglory, as well as Arena of Valor, of course, and Southeast Asia definitely is one of the top regions for mobile esports to explode in, and I'm happy to be part of it. But I'm sure that it will catch on very, very soon in other parts of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I've shoutcasted for other games for the SEA region. Something that seems consistent regardless of the game that I'm casting is that the SEA fans are, you know, insanely passionate about the games that they play. You know, very involved, very, you know, they're very engaging. They ask a lot of questions. They praise their teams a lot. They give a lot of support for those that they're behind. And I think that, like you say, it's sometimes an underrepresented region of the world. And I think that, you know, in esports in general, and I think sometimes, especially in the mobile area, because it's such a huge focus in the SEA region, it's great to see them so involved and give that opportunity to the teams. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and especially as the because of mobile phones penetration in this region, almost everyone in because there are so many cities in Southeast Asia with over 2 million population. There are so many people with mobile phones, and it's so accessible to play these mobile games, and I think it's definitely probably one of the reasons why some of the games launch in this region first before other places. So yeah. We have the game coming right up. Teams are getting ready. X3 Star against Wava Pets, and just checking if they're ready to go. Let's see. Seems like both
Looking
teams.
good.
Yeah, looking good, but they're not responding. And I'm just gonna ping them once. All right, so X3 Star is okay, and I guess we are good to go. All right, let's go.
See, in the previous game, you could have actually used the term, it's like herding cats, which is, I don't know if that's an analogy used elsewhere in the world, but when you're trying to get a group of people together and it seems almost impossible for everyone to be in the right place at the right time, we use the term, it's like herding cats, because trying to get cats to group together is ridiculously difficult. But last time, if you'd have used it, obviously you had cat food, so it would have actually been completely apt. We do see a Fennec, right, there you go, imparting a little bit of Brit.
Blue team's turn to
and you're obviously very popular because you're getting messages. We've got Fennec ban coming out from the from blue side here, and we do see the Violet ban as well. So two big marksman focused bans there. So that's gonna that's gonna leave them to pick up Slims and Joker, I'm imagining, in this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we know about these teams going in? What are your personal opinions of them? What are your experiences with them?
Wild Pets, they are one of the first two teams to actually qualify for VPL regular season. I haven't really seen them against big names, but they do hold themselves pretty well in most situations. But that's the reason why we go into this regular season. Pitch them against a really strong team, especially for Group B, where we did a random draw on the last day of the open qualifiers, and then Group B surprisingly strong, and Wava Pets X3 Star is probably the least, I would say, not as not a big favorite in this group, but we shall see how they perform. And getting the first 3 points on the first round is definitely very important for both teams to have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. We did see an Irie and a Dane lock in for X3 Star. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see the answer. Wava Pets picking up Malok and Zephys, as well as Scud, and looks like they're hovering Vera. We did see Lubu and Arthur locked in, so we've got a triple warrior / tank comp with the Ari and the Slim. So this has been a kind of an interesting evolution, shall we say, in compositions that we've seen coming over the previous weeks, particularly in sort of the Asian and Southeast Asian regions with these triple
tank,
warrior
triple warrior,
single mage, single marksman compositions. And again, Wildpet's mirroring that with the single Joker, and I guess you could probably class the Chagna as the mage of the team. I know that while I tend to see Chagna play predominantly support in the European region, I know that in SEA he's often played mid and solo lane as well.
Yeah.
So again, with the Malok, Zephys, Dud versus the Thane, Arthur, and Lubu. So again, a triple warrior / tank composition with just a single marksman and a single mage, or in this case, a single marksman and single assassin for the X3 team. So this is going to be interesting to see how this changes things, because these are both very, very team fight focused team compositions. These are not teams that are going to be looking at split pushing or any tactical element other than finding someone and killing them. So it's going to be interesting to see how the initial laning phase goes, whether it's a steady laning phase or whether it's going to be a more free-for-all roaming scene of destruction.
All right, interesting. We do have the game starting right now. X3 Star on the blue side, Wildpets on the red side. This is game number 1 of the best of 3 series in this BPL Southeast Asia round robin top 16 group stage. So yep, there we go.
Yeah, we see in the mid lane everyone positioned quite. Everyone's looking for a fight, but no one quite getting it yet. As X3 Star go to their Sage Golem. Meanwhile, we see the Might Golem going over to Papa J in that bot side. In the top lane, we do see a little bit of trading going out. Malok is going to come out on top in the early stages versus Lubu, but Lubu will have the late game in his favor, I imagine, especially when dueling. Does mean that in these, you're not going to see mass amounts of damage from the minions in these early stages before the siege minions come in, but this is some good trading going in favor for Malok. Meanwhile, we did see the enemy team just kind of a 2-man roaming jungle team between Scud and Zephys, and the two. So this seems to be how the meta's now gone, with the jungler and a tanky support accompanying the jungler, so they can get more engaged and have more influential ganks. Seems to be how this is going. But Thane is looking in a very dodgy situation at the moment. If he's stuck around there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a lot of people looking there. Ari does throw out the damage, doesn't really connect Thane with the pushback, does allow the enemy team to go back and push away. Heals are used. That is a very low X3 Star team, but they are all in a great position and do manage to get themselves away, although they're going back up towards the enemy side. If they push in here, they've got a 3-man comp to dive with. What can Wildpets do here? Are they going to risk it? I don't think they're going to risk it, not with that smaller wave in this early stages of the game.
Meanwhile, bot lane Slapstick is bullying away against Agent X44. Agent X44 got pretty low there, but he's being joined by Papa J now in bot lane.
Yeah, I think Slapstick's feeling fairly confident. He's got Chagna with him. I'm very, very surprised right now that they didn't just go hard in onto Papa J.
Ooh, great shot there by Slapstick.
Yeah, Killing Joke lands. Lovely shot there by Slapstick. Does connect, and he's going to pick up first blood for Wildpets. Wildpets now are going to be looking to take the first Crystal Dragon of the game. So good objective transition. Punish used to secure that objective. So great play all round from the Wildpets side. Generally good play.
Yeah, and Wildpets picking up the Abyssal Dragon as well, the first one of the game. And Mr. YA on Tane got pretty low, but it was able to disengage and TP back to get himself healed.
Yeah, a lot of damage came out on Thane there, but Thane, even at these early stages of the game, very tanky. And we do see first turret of the game, so first turret, first kill, and first Abyssal Dragon, all going in favour of Wildpets. This is definitely the start of the game they were looking for. Papa J does look for the engage, does miss the stun onto Malok. Malok is knocked up by Lubu, but is going to walk away just using his restore, even takes the turret restore for good health, and is going to keep himself strong and dandy in that top lane. Chagna roaming up as well, but isn't going to be needed as he hovers around that mid lane area. The rest of his team slowly circling around towards top again, looking for the objective secure, potentially a gank into one of these mid or top lanes. This big 4-man roaming death squad coming out from Wildpets, just looking to push this wave up as much as possible. It's going to be answered by the grouping of 3 members of X3star. Does force them to, but it looks like again they're just sticking together, going for Spirit Sentinel now. It means that if they do find anyone like this, Lubu, who's completely out of position, good job from Lubu to dive the other side of Scud, so the ultimate pushed him away from the enemy team. So that was really good work there from Lubu to keep himself safe. Does back now, is going to leave the top lane vulnerable. Malok, if he pushes this in, which he will do now, is going to be the go sign for his team, as the rest of his team keep them very busy mid. That is going to be the ultimate from Char, going to use, freeze him up, gets him out of dodge, slow it down onto everyone there. Great play. Malok now in that top lane, bashing away on that turret. Isn't going to have enough of a wave to do significant damage to it, but it is going to come down to almost 2/3. Meanwhile, obviously, Joker has been left to his own devices in the bot lane, doing great work there. Visceral Dragon has been started, but now Thane is in a bad position. Does go very low. Heal used by the X3star team. Very, very low Chagna. Does manage to get a heal off and does sustain himself. Malok, ultimate coming down. Big knock up there from Malok. Huge stuns coming out from Slims as well. Heal forced out from the Wildpets team. Great damage coming out there. Joker on the backline doing everything he can. Ultimate is going to be used. One auto attack, almost connects with the killing joke. Doesn't quite pick up that kill, but it's going to be 4-2 in kills in favor of Wildpets, and that Crystal Dragon is still up. Not going to have the health to attack that though, is Slapstick, but great work there from both sides to keep that level pegging. But I feel like X3star, the Wildpets came out on top on that one.
Yep, they did come on top of that. And a huge team fight in the mid lane previously, involving 4 or 5 from both teams, and now it seems like X3star is gonna go for the Abyssal Dragon. Nope, maybe not. Wildpet clearly aware of their opponent's positioning here, and try to swarm around the Abyssal Dragon area.
Yeah, what Wildpets will do here is they will try to take out the wave pushing mid, try and get that pushing in the right direction before they try and defend the Abyssal Dragon. That will leave them in a position where if they do manage to secure a decent team fight over Abyssal Dragon, they can then transition to mid and get a turret as well. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do see a decent amount of engage coming out from X3star, but that is one more person than they wanted to see coming out from Wildpets as they try to secure that Spirit Sentinel. Malok with the slow does great work, and that shield is going to keep him nice and healthy versus Berry, who is forced to back off. Meanwhile, Malok will clear that wave with 2 members engaged onto him. He is going to be trying to save his own life, and he does walk away quite comfortably, but that is a very low turret that he's defending. Meanwhile, though, his teammates are taking Abyssal Dragon, knowing full well that it's very possible that the top turret is about to go down. They're going to trade it out with this Abyssal Dragon, so that's going to work out in their favor. So really good play and good map awareness coming out from the Wildpets team.
And now, big team fight here going on in mid lane. Papa J is the target.
Yeah, Papa J is knocked up. It's going to be secured by Zephyr's. Huge slows coming out from Chagna onto all of the enemy X3star team. Thane is going to have to use his drive away. He isn't going to be quite enough. Does go down in the end to the Chagna, and that is going to be another pickup, 6-2 in favor of the the Wildpets team. But we did see the top turret go down in the process. Still a good significant 2.5k lead going over to the Wildpets side at this point in the game, and they're going to be eyeing up that mid turret now as the damage comes down onto Lubu. Lubu forced to back off there. Chagna does what he can. Ultimate used onto Arthur by Joker. Joker doing great damage from the backline, and that is going to be Arthur going down. Zephyrus picks up that kill. 7-2 now in favor of Wildpets, and huge plays coming out from the Wildpets side. These guys are really on a roll here, and they are looking for more blood as they spot out Berry. Scud ultimate used, breaks up the enemy team. Combine that with Joker, and you've got one dead enemy, and that is going to be Thane trying to utilize the ultimate, but it isn't going to quite connect. Huge damage coming out onto him again, and that is going to be going down to the Killing Joke. Meanwhile, Lubu doing what he does best, diving into that backline, does pick up Joker and kills him off after that triple kill, and does shut him down, but he's going to go down in the process to the remaining members of the Wildapet side. Zevus picking up that kill, and wow, that action went all over the place, but it looks like X3star are on the back foot here as Wildapet start pushing in onto this bot turret. What can they do here after the Soul Defender is going to be enough for Wildapets to back off?
Yeah.
That was a lot of action in a very short period of time.
Yeah. And in the thick of the action, it was Joker picking up his 5th kill as well, and seems like X3star haven't been able to finish off their opponents in those team fights, and that cost them big time. And Wildapet will pick up their 3rd Abyssal Dragon of the game and put them up nicely at 5k gold lead here. So yeah, looking pretty good for Wildapet for game number 1 of the VPL Southeast Asia game, and this is a best of 3 games. And even though if XFS goes down in this game, they still have a chance to bounce back.
Yeah, we did see Arthur being caught out there in the mid lane. Got on again to push him in the wrong direction. Thane is now left in a very vulnerable position and is going to go down. And Wukong now forced to jump away as best he can, but Scud is going to be eyeing him up. And there's Papa J, does get the stun down onto Malok, but of all the people to land it on, that's probably not the focus. Huge AOV engage there from Malok. Meanwhile, Joker picks up another kill, and that's going to be another turret going down. They use their heals, try to keep themselves healthy as the siege comes out and the siege begins. Chagna is going to be tanking up that turret, and with the wave, it pushing in as well. Great plays as they take down the first high ground turret of the game, and Wildapets are unstoppable right now as they rotate towards that bot turret and look to try and take out another objective. That'd be their 6th turret of the game if they do manage to secure it, but the whole entire X3star team have come to answer that. And that is going to force them back as they clear out that Might Golem in the process. Berry going very deep there, does dive in and takes down the Might Golem. But is it going to be worth it as he goes down onto Lomi? Lomi very, very strong right now on that Scud. Does manage to get himself out of danger and push away. Meanwhile, we did see Lubu pushing hard on the top side. Does take down a turret in answer. Malok not going to get there in time, but the rest of his team just might, as Scud and Joker come down and say, "Hey Lubu, how you doing?" And that's going to be Lubu going down. The split push might have got them the objective, but it's going to cost them a kill. However, a great answer coming out here from the X3star team as they push in hard on bot. But the answer here could be Darkslayer for Wildapets. They don't mind giving up a turret on bot if they're going to take out the Darkslayer buff, and they've got the wave pushing in already from that high ground turret. This could be huge. 2 turrets though might be overkill as Scud comes down to answer. I don't think he's going to get there in time. Huge push. They're playing chicken right now as that's a 2nd turret goes down in succession. It did cost them the Darkslayer buff, but I felt like that wasn't necessarily worth it. If they manage to get Abyssal Dragon here as well for Wildapets, sorry, for X3star, then it definitely will be an even trade, if not slightly in favor of the X3star side. But Wildapets know what's going on, and they're going to make sure they keep themselves firmly in the lead. Chagna securing that Abyssal Dragon there. So a lot of objectives swung in that one, but 16-3 in kills and 6k gold lead in favor of Wildapets. Still looking like it's their game at this point in time.
Looking like a big push coming right up down the middle of the down the middle lane, and we do have all the creeps coming up as well. Ooh, dicey moment here for X3star.
Yeah, this is it or nothing, and that's a lot of damage onto the base, and that's going to be secured and quite comfortably by Wildapets. A very by the numbers victory from them. Really good play from both teams, but strong play from the outset for Wildapets, and GG to them. That was really good play.
Yeah, really good play again. Zephys, as you mentioned, very strong hero in Arena of Valor right now, picking up the MVP, 12.1 points, 3 kills, 11 assists, 0 death. Dominant display there by Wildapets, and we're gonna head into game number 2 shortly as we wait for X3star to decide which side they want to play on. The blue side or the red side? Let's see.
Meanwhile, I'm being a very stereotypical British person and drinking a cup of tea.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with tea.
Can't go wrong with tea. Yeah.
I think that should just generally be my motto.
Well, that's really nice. Alright, so seems like X3 Star will go for the red side for the second game. I'm gonna share the lobby with them now as they move into the lobby. Let's see if we can get them in as soon as possible. Alright, so what do you think went wrong for X3 Star there?
Generally speaking, I think where I felt it went definitely they didn't really have an answer for what was happening to them. They were leaving themselves very vulnerable. You noticed that while the pets, very rarely were they on their own. We saw groups of 2, groups of 3 roaming very early into the game and looking for picks, and you saw over and over again X3 Star members getting caught out 1 versus 3 scenarios, 1 versus 2 scenarios, which is just never going to go in your favor, especially in the early game. And I think that while the pets just continued that element and rode that dominance to snowball the game quite convincingly, transitioning kills into objectives is obviously the name of the game, and those guys did it to the nth degree. I think if X3 Star wants if the same thing happens again, they need to be answering it with their own kills, with their own objectives. They just let it get out of hand very quickly, far too quickly for them to handle. And we saw just how strong the Wild the Pets team were in the final engages.
Yep. So they do have another chance to bounce back. Will be entering game 2 very shortly. This is the best of 3 games, as I mentioned earlier, in this VPL round robin stage, where 16 teams being separated into 2 different groups, so 8 teams each, and we will see them play every week. Once every week, if I'm not wrong, if I'm scheduling it correctly. And they will play for points, and each win will grant them 3 points, and we will have tie, so loss will be 0 points, and the top 4 teams with the most points from each group will move on to the playoffs upper bracket, and 5th and 6th place will go into the playoff via the lower bracket, so that makes it 12 teams. So yeah, 12 teams into the playoffs, just to keep things interesting. 5th and 6th place, we will still have a chance to to win the entire thing, but usually if you are in the losers bracket round number 1, it's pretty hard to get out of that situation. But yeah, that's the double elimination, and that's the playoff. But round robin, we just got started. This is day 3 of VPL Southeast Asia. If you're watching from the North American region, we are launching the North American region. In fact, we have already launched it, and you can actually register right now. You can go on to our Twitter. It's Valiant PL. That's our Twitter handle, and or you can go on to our Discord, where you can find all the information that you need to participate in. I think Mal, you need to switch position with
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go out the lobby and go back in.
Alright.
It's an easy way to do it.
Alright, you got in.
I did.
Yep. I'm gonna ask them if they're ready for game number 2. I hope they are. Game number 2. We had a very quick 2 games in the previous match, and hopefully this will not be another sub 10.
Yeah, I didn't see quite how long the last game lasted. How long was that?
I think it was about 13 minutes at most. So yeah.
Okay. So, I think I just accidentally come out of the lobby.
Oh no.
No, I haven't. No, I'm in. It's fine.
All right.
I thought I'd press the back button, but it was the screen loading. Okay, no, panic over. See this? He nearly had to cancel games just to allow me in. That's how privileged I feel right now.
Yeah, I nearly cussed as well.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
you need curse. That'd have been amusing. Okay, so we've seen the Fennec and Violet bans come. Too dramatic there, but that does leave Chagna open with an instant pickup coming out for no, not X-Freestyle. That's Wava Pets. They've just got FRS as their thing at the front there, which is very confusing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of FSs.
Yeah.
Why are they not WP?
I have no idea, but we do have a lot of FRS fan in our Facebook chat. Actually, I'm not sure what FRS is, so I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna ask the captain what it's all about. But it seems like they have a mix of players from Thanatos as well. Thanatos who played in our qualifiers. But anyway, back to the draft. Choknar, Marlock, and Preta being picked up already.
Yeah, we've seen an increased amount of Praetor play in the recent weeks. He is a very strong mage, but he is very immobile and does leave himself susceptible to assassins. However, with the current meta play being more around the sort of warrior assassins, if they do pick assassins, getting onto him has proven quite difficult for a lot of the team composition. So he's actually quite a decent pickup, particularly if you are coupling him with 2, potentially 3 tank / warrior heroes. The Slims pickup is good. I like it. There's no reason to not pick it up. However, obviously, last game we saw Papa J was very, very highly focused by the Wava Pets team. We're going to have to see if he can position himself a little bit better, whether a little bit more protection can be offered by his team. And they're looking straight at the Scud, straight to the Zephyrus and Arthur again. So that triple warrior composition is coming out once again. This time they're hovering the Batman. Very, very melee focused team composition here. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see something like Amina if they locked in, a fourth, potentially 5th melee hero. I mean, Chagna obviously does have a ranged ability, but he is essentially a melee hero. You know, against something like Amina, it's going to pull people into a lot of AoE damage around them. It would be a pretty good choice, but the Joker lock-in is far, far better. I like that much more than the Batman pickup. So, Ari picked up for the enemy side on Berry. Berry played that last game, played it relatively well, but it wasn't overly successful or impactful. Hopefully he can do a little bit more with it this time. And Lumber. The Lumber support, I love that about FDA, that we see so much Lumber.
Yeah, a lot. We actually saw a lot in day 1 and day 2 as well, Lumber. And I believe the win rate is pretty high as well with Lumber on the side. So pretty excited to see Lumber again tonight. I think this is the first time we have seen it tonight. I would like to also mention that we are getting Murad this week for the next hero release. And I believe Murad is a very, very strong assassin in the other regions.
He's going to be banned in every single game.
So eventually we won't be able to see Murad anyway.
No, that's what I mean. You're going to get Murad next week. You're not going to see Murad next week. Is what I'm trying to say. However, it does mean that after you ban out Violet and Murad, you get a lot of options available to you. So yeah, no, Murad is one of those heroes that if you can hard CC him and stop him building his stacks to unleash his ultimate, he's pretty good, but he's very mobile. He deals a great deal amount of damage. He's very much similar to Batman, but rather than stealth, it has mobility, which in a lot of situations is far better because Batman often finds himself in a vulnerable position after diving in with his ultimate, whereas Murad, after using his ultimate, can then dash back out to his original positioning and to safety. So he's basically Batman on steroids.
Nice. Can't wait to try him out. There is a special mission going on to try to get him for free, but usually I'm not that lucky, so we'll see how it goes. I believe Senior was released on the EU server too, right? He was
indeed. Malok's sussing out where Slapstick was stood then and there. Slapstick's going to be trying to get Mike Gollum, but he's realizing probably not going to be for the best. Slapstick needs to be very careful though, because that's a lot of CC and a lot of damage. He's going to force the flicker away, and that's his talent down already in these early stages. Meanwhile, we did see the Wava Pets team rotate to the top side and take that Mike Gollum. So they do trade out buffs in that regard. Berry now forced to dive out of the way after a little bit of damage coming in from Lomi. Meanwhile, the rest of the Wildpets team just going to rotate back towards middle. We see this time the team start together. Another reason for picking up Lumber is going to be that those extra defensive stats that he offers from his passive. Now, obviously, against a melee composition as well, where they're all going to be up close and in your face, those stats triple in sort of value if you're grouping your team together in order to combat the melee enemy. So that's a potential reason for the Lumbar support. Obviously, also, you know, like I said, when you're against melee heroes, you tend to find they group up quite a lot. So the AOE damage and the AOE utility can be, you know, pretty useful. So it's been interesting to see how that comes out when the team fights start breaking out, which I'm getting that vibe now that it's not going to be too long as the enemy heads towards that mid lane Chagna. But Chagna, very difficult to lock down. A little bit of damage coming out there from Lumber. Just says a quick hello and then leaves him be.
Yeah, so 2 minutes in, not a single kill yet, but X3 Star is building a slight lead. Team fight in the Spirit Sentinel area. But,
yeah, Spirit Sentinel will reset there. The Wildpets team driven away by X3 Star that is going to allow for Slims to pick up that one with the punish. Praetor does throw out some damage as well, just in case. Now it's Joker versus Malak in the bot lane and Ari versus Arthur in that top lane. Ari already sitting on half health though, does need to be a bit wary. Right now they don't have vision over two members of the Wildpets team. Again, look at these groups.
Just grouping up together, farming the jungle. Papa J taking out that creep at the top, and Sage Golem being initiated by Suzaku.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, again, they're just these grouped compositions. Praetor is going to be handed the Sage Golem, I think. Nope. Papa J taking that one. I think they wanted to give that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out quite as well as intended. Auto attacks are a funny thing. They turn their attention towards bot. Malok, seeing if anyone's in that bush, quick check. Doesn't need it, backs off, and now they turn their attention towards Bissell Dragon, who's already on quarter health. Does look like it's going to be secured comfortably with the punish from Slims. PUBG picking up that one. Brilliant stun there, but great play there from Slapstick to purge that one a little bit there. Does allow him to get himself into a good position. Meanwhile, up in the top lane / mid river, we did see Arthur pick up a kill there. First blood did go over to them, but that is going to be another kill going over this time to Praetor. Now comes the follow-up. Slapsticks is going to be the target, and wow, huge range there coming out from Praetor. I think he might have got a triple kill there. Yeah, he did indeed. There's the triple kill announcement. Great play there, and Praetor is an amazing person to see that triple kill on. As a mage, he deals so much AoE damage, and that is going to be a really good thing for him to be in. Good position for him to be in even. Papa J just roaming around right now. Meanwhile, Ari is still in that top lane, Berry having to play very safe against the roams, but his team are doing all the work for him while he just farms up and gets himself into a good position. So why not? It seems to be working great for him so far.
Seems like the game has settled down nicely. We have a couple of kills coming up, and X3 Star building up a pretty healthy lead now to 3k, and in the first 5 minutes, that's pretty significant, right?
Yeah, pretty significant. The team are pretty strong. They're roaming together really well. This is definitely looking a lot better for X3 Star this time round. They're using the same tactics that we saw coming out from Wildpets last game, but this time Wildpets are the ones that don't seem to be quite as cohesive. I mean, they're trying to stick together. Scud and Arthur are doing a good job of being together right now. Meanwhile, we can see Lumber caught out. Is going to try. Chagna caught out there versus the Lumber, but he's got a lot of tension on him, and a lot of the teammates have returned towards mid lane. The reason is they've done such a good job of pushing the lane down bot that it forces Slapstick to be down there to answer it and push that wave, which means right now there is no Joker to defend this mid turret, and that is a 5 versus 4 scenario. Scud does a great job of breaking up the enemy team. That is going to be them pouncing onto the back line. The turret does go down, and Slims is still alive somehow. Joker utilizing that laughing gas as well as he can. Onslaught now for Praetor. great work coming out from the X3 Star team in order to pick up more kills, 7-2 now, and they did pick up the turret in return, so that's great play from them. Darkslayer is now online and is a factor in this game. Abyssal Dragon is up also, so these huge objectives are available. They're looking for the next turret though. We do see Malok and Praetor just pushing this wave in the top. There's no one to answer this at all. So this could be going down pretty quickly. Arthur is trying to get there as quick as he can, but there's a decent wave and a siege minion, and that is going to be this turret going down as well. Arthur can't really do much about it. Slow comes out from Malok, but Arthur's going to be forced to back off now as Ari turns her attention towards top lane as well. Meanwhile, in the bot side, we did see Suzaku and Papa J take down the Abyssal Dragon, and that's going to be another objective going over in their favor. 3 turrets, 2 Abyssal Dragons, and 8 kills to 2. This time it's looking all X3 Star in these early stages of the game.
First 7 minutes of the game, 8 kills to 2, and 19.4k against 13,000 gold for X3 Star in the lead. 3 towers taken down as well, and at the top lane 4 against 1. Kev being caught out here. Oh, lucky him that he managed to escape unscratched.
Yeah, fortunately for him, the Slim Stun didn't quite land, neither did the Malok Slow, and he could easily use his first ability to just get himself out of dodge and speed himself up. Zephyrus and Arthur going to be looking for Malok. There they find him. Slims does land a stun onto the backline with slapsticks. Malok going to come down with a huge ultimate knockup. There's a massive combination coming out from the enemy team with the Lumbar ultimate as well, and look at this AOE onslaught. Absolute massacre happening right now. Double kill going over to Papa J, and that was amazing CC chain coming up, and triple kill in fact as they turn attention to take yet another objective. Wow. So what we saw there is just everything going right for X3 Star, lining up their CC and their engages perfectly. Lomi cannot do anything to mitigate this damage right now and to stop this push coming in, and that's going to be the first high ground turret of the game going over to X3 Star as well. They're looking unstoppable right now.
Yep, they are looking unstoppable right now indeed. The first high ground tower is taken down, and only 2 high ground tower left for Wabapet. Such a stark difference compared to game number 1. These 2 teams are going neck to neck in terms of the game scores, but in terms of the gameplay itself, it seems like it swings both sides really quickly here.
We saw such a clutch stun come out from Papa J there. The stun onto the Chargner did stop him from securing that, or at least attempt to secure it in time. Arthur with the big engage, AoE, swords flying around everywhere. Now on Malok, they're chasing down Zephyrus with all their might. Stun does land from Slims, and that's going to be another kill picked up. Dives in Scud. That's not going to be enough, and now they're just going to tank this up and push hard onto this turret. And that is going to be game.
Wow. Wabapet actually called GG there before they even took down the base, and well played by X3 Star. Such a huge difference in terms of the what we have seen in game 1 and compared to game 2. Complete dominance there. Only 2 kills there from Wabapet. Completely outplayed. What went wrong?
To be fair, I cannot tell you exactly the point where it went wrong. Definitely did. X3 Star they clearly, the last game, it was a bit of a wake up for them. They came out all guns blazing. They stuck to their tactics and what they were trying to achieve. I think they lost their way in the first game. They put a composition together and they didn't really do what the composition was built for. This time you saw the same or similar composition, but this time they did exactly what they needed to be doing, which was roaming as a team, getting these big team fight kills, chaining their CC effectively. You know, we saw such huge plays between the Lumbar ultimate, the Malok ultimate, chained onto after the Papa J stun, Praetor AoE. I mean, if you just look at that lineup, you can see straight away just the huge AoE damage from Lumbar, Praetor, Malok. Straight away, you know, those 3 alone lined up, all their skills lined up on top of each other, is going to be 1 person at least dead. If they're stunned from Papa J and they're taking auto attacks from Slims at the same time, and Berry's in there doing the Ari thing, that is just, as we saw, complete annihilation. I think that where Wilder Pets went very wrong was looking for those fights. I think they really, really need to group together, farm as best they can, and look for, you know, situations where they may be outnumbered. The X3 team take those small team fights and then claw back the gold and the objectives bit by bit until they're in a good position to take them 5 versus 5. They just didn't get themselves in a position where they could do that.
So a little too overly eager there from Vova Pets perhaps, and in the early games, and then kind of pay the price, I guess.
Yeah, well, it cost them a game, but luckily for the game, it buys them another opportunity to kind of make it work, to refocus, to reposition their mentality and get this done this time. So hopefully we see the Wilder Pets from the first game and the X3 team from the second game, and in the third game is going to be absolutely insane.
Yep. We're gonna see if we could get the players back into the lobby right now for game 3, the tiebreaker. So for those who saw our earlier post on Facebook, we did post that you could win an IRI code if you manage to predict the results correctly. So we will pick the correct result, the first correct result on the Facebook post to be the winner of the IRI code. So yep, do stick around. After this game, we will announce the winner, and you'll be able to enjoy IRI. And we do. How many did we give out? We gave 2, 3, 4. I think this is the 4th one that we are giving away. So we do have 4 more to give away. So if you miss out on the chance to win an IRI, make sure you guys stay tuned to VPL Southeast Asia. We do have another match tomorrow, so we will be giving away yet another IRI on stream. So make sure you guys stay tuned at 9 p.m.
And these codes don't work on EU, sadly.
Yeah, these codes don't work on EU. Any other region actually. It only works for the Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines server. So
you lucky server, you, because on our server you have to roll for in the mystery chest. It's the only way to get her. So
really?
You guys just you can't
even buy.
You cannot. No, this is what I was saying when I logged in on the SEA server this time. We cannot buy Malok or Ari. We have to win them on the mystery rolling thing. It's just pure luck whether you get them or not.
No way.
It sucks.
Wow.
Because I really want to play Malok and I really want to play Ari, and I have neither of them.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys are so lucky over on SEA, and all your.
All right. Hello. I think we kind of break out a little there, so I'm gonna call you back now, and hope to re-establish that voice call.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call Mal again. Welcome back. Oh, hang on, it's still connecting. All right, so let's see if we could. It's taking its time. Yep, it is taking its time. It's kind of slow to connect for Discord today. Not too sure what's the issue here, but hopefully we can get him on soon. Let's see if we have our still waiting. Well, let's see if we could. All right, connecting. Hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Hey. We finally got back. Yeah. Thank you for waiting for me. I appreciate it.
No worries. All right, seems like we are ready to go. You are in the lobby as well, so we're gonna start the game.
Blue team's
Game number 2.
turn to ban.
Lovely. So we have X3 Star over on the blue side, and we have Wilder Pets on the red side. Ban-wise, this time is a little bit of a change-up. We're looking at the Challenger ban coming out for X3 Star, and that's going to be Malok looking like a potential ban here for Wilder Pets. Let's see how this plays out. That's two very different bans from what we've seen in the last two games. So this could be a big, big factor in how these team compositions roll out.
Blue team's turn to pick.
Will probably be Malok and Chotna being banned out here. Malok not being banned very often here. I believe this might be the first time I've seen him banned on VPL, but yeah, we should see what happens.
I mean, Malok is a very strong hero. He offers a lot of CC. He offers a lot of engage, and I think that the Challenger makes sense, and I feel that Malok after last game potentially made a lot of sense as well. He was very key in making the compositions go in favor of X3 Star. And the team fights going in favor of X3 Star. So maybe that's what Wilder Pets are looking at, peeling apart what happened in the last game. Maybe that's a factor that they weren't planning for, and they're easily just taking them out of action. We do see Zevus being picked up for the X3 Star team. Meanwhile, the answers are Lumber and Arthur for the Wilder Pets side. That Arthur rocking the execute at the moment as well, so that's something they're going to have to be a bit wary of for the X3 Star team in the early stages. Ormar locked in, and Violet is going to be locked in as well. Obviously, Violet was a ban for the last two games, so it was going to be one of the teams we're going to have to pick her up for sure. And it looks like it's going to be X3 Star. So, what are you feeling so far? What are we expecting? What are we thinking about these competitions?
It feels like we are going to see quite a different game compared to the first two games, just simply because of the two different bans, and Gilder being picked up here could be interesting. Gilder could be very strong CC hero as well, and we have seen some pretty good Gilder play out by, I believe it was Team Saiyan that played very well in day 1, and I'm interested to see how Wilder Pet utilize this hero. Kind of difficult to use in my opinion, but what do you think? Have you tried Gilder?
He's my most played hero.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's my most played hero. I think I'm rocking about a 70% win rate with him. He's extremely strong if built tanky, and deals a significant amount of damage even with only just a little bit of AP. He's just so frustrating to play against if you're not overly mobile. If you can manage to get a decent CC off, a decent AOE stun versus 2 or 3 members of the enemy team. I mean, looking at it right now, there are 0 purifiers. They don't have a Challenger. There is nothing to stop the Indulgence just wrecking the team. The only thing they have in their favor is the fact that there isn't a Jinnar on the same side as Gilder. The Jinnar was picked up for X3 Star because the combination of Indulgence and the Nirvana, I think it's called, from Jinnar, is absolutely mental. It will force if you're playing a Jinnar and a Gilder on the same side, the enemy team have to build magic defense really early, and that often completely ruins their damage and will force them to have to divert from a build they probably feel a lot more comfortable with. But anyway, that said, I feel like the combination of Gilder and Lumber could offer a real good CC chain. I think that Gilder is basically just going to take the place of Malok in this one, whereas Malok was that follow-up engage, the slightly tanky but deals decent damage hero. I think that's going to be the answer. We can see that Lomi is not overly experienced on this count, at least with that Gilder. So it could be that this is something that's basically been newly added to his staple of heroes, or potentially has never really been practiced with this composition on this account. But I can say that Gilder used well, especially with that flicker. His flicker and his A allow him to position really dramatically, and both of those can go over walls. So you can get some really good surprise Indulgence off and big AoE stuns that can really turn the fights around. In this format, it's very powerful because you have that level of communication coming out from your team. so it's pretty good. Obviously, Lomi does require a little bit of time to ramp up, get all his skills together. He's probably going to be taking the mid lane mage slot. We did say Kurov and Zephyrus going at it in the top lane. Zephyrus still determined to do as much damage as he can to him to drive him away. Meanwhile, we do see them fighting around this Sage Golem. Does go over to Violet, in fact, in the end. So again, X3 coming out very confident in these early stages. So far, not overly, haven't achieved much with it, but you can definitely see they're still in that right mentality that they had in that second game.
Yeah. Just want to quickly point out that for the Irie giveaway, for those who posted the prediction after 9 p.m. will not be accepted as submission. So unfortunately, those that posted after 9 p.m. Will be counted out for the giveaway. Anyway.
Seems perfectly reasonable. Meanwhile, we see Thane on the bot side taking a lot of damage from a big angry guy with a sword. Arthur is a bit of a bully, can be really a bit of a bully in lane. You have to really time your engage onto him. Does have a Gilda waiting in the wings. Gives away his position there a little bit. Probably would have liked to see a little bit more patience coming out from him. I think that had he been a little bit more patient, they could have secured Berry there. Obviously, Thane, very difficult to lock down with his skills set because he is fairly mobile. Zephyrus took a lot of damage in the top lane, very, very low, and is going to be forced to back here. We do see now Jinnar comes out to defend top, takes a little bit of damage from Slims in the process, probably a little bit more than he hoped for there as he does go down to just shy of half health. Is going to force to restore out of him. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, we see Gilda, Lomi being the sole defender on that Gilda, is going to have to push the wave away. Isn't going to go out far enough that Papa J and Suzaku can do much about it. But realizing in the positioning of the enemy side, they're going to try to sneak in Abyssal Dragon here. But Lomi and Arthur are coming in, and that is a huge dive into the backline. Massive damage coming up. Them Indulgence does get used. Great effect. Is going to lock down at least one member of the enemy team. Does a lot of that damage, but quite now not enough. The follow-up stuns are enough. First blood going over to Slims. There's the Nirvana, huge AoE damage right into a very low-looking team right now. Good Lomi stun there. Is going to try and get himself out of dodge, but Violet will pick up that kill. I don't know if she knows that Arthur is sitting in that bush so low in health. Is going to manage to get himself out of dodge. Sneaky Kev there. Does keep himself alive. Was literally sat there praying to the gods that no one popped into that bush at that point in time. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we do see Zephyrus and Kilroth getting very low. The lane pushed very firmly in favour of Zephyrus, who has done a great job of keeping this lane pressured. Yeah, so that was quite an amusing team fight there. A lot of low health players. Does manage to push an over 1k gold lead now in favour. Jinnar came in with that Nirvana at just the right time.
MVP.
Normally that would be
MVP of the team fight.
Yeah, normally that would be too late in the game. You know, several of your teammates have already died, but given just how low on health the enemy team were, it was just perfect timing from Jinnar there. You know, making sure they got at least one kill back in return. All of the members of Wildver Pets now forced to defend. X3 Armand not in a great position. Does take a couple of turret shots for his greed there. Arthur's rotating around as well. Lomi and Suzaku looking to battle it out. Lomi does dive in, does what he can. That's a very low Kev now. He dodged it earlier, but he's not going to dodge it this time. Lumber Ultimate with the Indulgence. Huge lockdown. 3 members locked in by that Indulgence. Massive team play there. AoE stun does what it should do. And there's the snipe stun there coming out from Lomi as well. And now you can see that Gilda play just and how it can swing these team fights in these big AoE situations. And Lumber picking up a triple kill because you know what? Supports need kills too, guys. Supports need kills too. Not just your assassins. You know, supports, you know, Lumber, you know, MVP.
Yeah, Lumber MVP. Lumber does struggle to get goals, and getting those kills will definitely help him out as we progress into the mid game. And Wildver Pet picking up the first Abyssal Dragon of their team. Now team fight here. Oh, Barry. Oh,
he's gonna live.
He's gonna leave. That's what an escape there by Barry.
Lomi tried to dive in for the re-engage, is going to get caught out though, unfortunately for him. Berry, basically, I think he's going to claim that that was all intentional. I don't think it was. He was in a bad position. He got himself very, very low, but lucky for him, his teammate showed up just in time, and he got himself out of dodge, picked up a couple of heals from his team, and managed to keep himself alive. And it left the rest of the Wild Pets team out of position. There's a lot of damage coming down onto Arthur now. Brilliant work there from Violet to dodge as much as he can. Is going to force Arthur to be in a very vulnerable position. Does take a shot from the turret in return. Slims now and Lumbar have come to defend this bot side turret. Does spot out Ormar, but Ormar's just going to... Meanwhile, in the top side, we see a little bit of a fight over the Vision... I want to say, is it a Phoenix? I'm going to call it a Phoenix. Vision Phoenix. It kind of... When it dies and it respawns, that sounds like a Phoenix to me. So we'll go with that. So yeah, Phoenix does get taken by the Wild Pet side. Now we can see the teams just slowly trying to position themselves for the next team fight.
This is a tighter game than the previous two games. Seems like both teams kind of get a feel of each other, how they play, and Agent X getting caught out there by 4 players from Wild Pet, and paid the price, goes down so quickly there.
That is why you do not face check bushes. And that is going to be straight into an objective as well. So much damage coming out from Slims and Nacroft doesn't mean that turret stands a chance. I'm very surprised that they didn't contemplate pushing towards Darkslayer there, but the main reason for that was the huge push that came out from Violet. Violet has now found Kev. Kev in a very vulnerable position. Stun does manage to land on Papa J. Huge ultimate dives in. Jinnar with the AOE. Is doing so much work, and that is going to be the indulgence coming out from Lomi, trying to keep himself alive. Does manage to do it so far, but I don't think he's going to stay alive for much longer. Jinnar picking up the double kill now. And now Ormar is spinning to win right now, right in the face of Papa J. Sorry, no, Snapstick even. But there's the Nirvana. It's up so quickly because of the amount of damage that's coming out across the board here. Lumber going very low, but it stays alive just about. Killgrove is in and is involved now. And look at this damage coming out from him. It's hugely mobile. Picks up the double kill. And that is great play from him, appearing just at the right time. His lane top side is still pushed. So it means Zephyrus, even though he's left that lane vulnerable, Zephyrus has only just about reached turret now, and it means that a member could potentially reach that turret before he starts getting serious damage on it. He's actually left it alone, presuming that someone's going to come, but no one's actually on that top side. He really could be taking that turret right now, which I think he's now going to try, but it's a little bit late. Might just get away with it because he's Zephyrus. The stun does miss. Both stuns. Oh no, the second stun doesn't quite miss. That is going to force him to use the ultimate to get himself into safety. So does manage to pick up at least a turret for his troubles. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom lane, we saw Arthur going in to fight against Tane and Violet, and Tane eventually pushed Arthur away and saved Violet. So that was what we missed when at the top there was a lot of action going on as well. So like you said, Arena of Valor action everywhere, just non-stop.
That's one of the best things about the game. What we did see there as well was the Killgrove trying to solo the Abyssal Dragon, the rest of his team not really going for it. And unfortunately for him, the X3-star team went and tried to have a look at it, found it very low, and forced Killgrove to back off, and just easily took down the last remaining health portions and secured themselves their second Abyssal Dragon. So a little bit of miscommunication there, and maybe a lack of grouping from the Wild Pets side did mean that the X3-star pick up a little bit more gold, and they actually now have the gold lead by about 1k, but it's still, like you said, a very close game. A lot more involvement from both sides here, and this is like I was hoping it would be. Indulgence and knockups all round. Nirvana comes in for the defense though, does significant amounts of damage. There are a few turret shots being thrown around as well. Arthur is forced to back himself off. Stun misses from Slims. Meanwhile, Thane does manage to secure the kill with the ultimate onto Arthur. That is some very low health heroes right now, and Andrew is going to get himself out of dodge. Nirvana does come in. That is going to be a pickup for him. The stun attempt from Lomi does the job, but it isn't going to be enough to save his teammate at the same time. Really good dodging and diving, meanwhile, from Jacket in the bot side. He is going to be spotted out by Berry, though, I think, and he is going to have to back off a little bit more. as the rest of his team, meanwhile, push against that top turret. Stun does come out onto the enemy side, but Lomi is going to go down regardless, as does that top turret. Kilgroth now is in a vulnerable position, does try to keep himself alive, diving through the mid turret, tries to do what he can. He's got two other members of his team now available to him, but he's up against at least 4 members of the enemy side. Suzaku, though, very low. In comes the rest of the team. Slapstick is now up and ready and raring to go. Does go very low on health already from Nirvana. But Nirvana from Armand is doing so much damage. Great pick up there. Again, the Jinnard doing so much work. This could be game if Andrew dies here. I don't know what Andrew is doing. He needs to keep himself alive. He needs to back off, get some health back. He does have teammates coming in. Great indulgence from Lomi. Keeps 2 people locked under, 3 people locked under turret. Taking turret shots. That might be Armand going down now. Does fortunately get himself just out of range in time, but everyone is so very low. Andrew, just go back to the fountain and get some health, dude. It's right behind you. Thank you.
Just give us a heart attack here. Just leave life on the edge, literally.
It's just literally right there, and they've all back off. You've got 10 health. Get some health back, bro. Okay. So yeah. Meanwhile, on their way out, we do see the entire X3 Star team picking up all the jungle that they can to clear it out. They aren't able and healthy enough to take the Dark Slayer at this point in time, but they are thinking about it. You can see them slowly positioning themselves to do so. But meanwhile, the Wilder Pets team know that the Dragon Slayer, the Dark Slayer isn't going down just now. They do take Abyssal Dragon. This does allow them to now rotate towards thing, and we could see another huge team fight coming out here. That's the big engage coming out from Arthur. Ultimates thrown around left, right, and center, waiting for that indulgence and waiting for that Nirvana. We do see Nirvana flying around, doing great damage. Stain Ultimate comes down. Huge kills all around, beats the Lumber, but that is going to be a very low Agent X here. Does just about get himself out of dodge, and Armand now with the damage coming through is going to put himself in a vulnerable position, but he has got an Arthur and a Kilgroth on his trail. Can he get there? He's got a Suzaku for defense if Suzaku could get himself there. That is great play from Armand. Does manage to pick up 1 kill in return, but will die for his troubles. Kev is now looking very low. Thane is going to charge in. The ultimate isn't quite going to be enough, and Arthur does get himself out of dodge. He's still dodging around as best he can. Meanwhile, in the top side, we did see a lot of damage coming through from the minion wave. Is it going to be enough? Ooh, I think one more tick would have taken out that. Yeah, one more all attack from that siege minion would have taken out that top high ground turret. Big objective swings and big plays there from the tight sides. Look at this game compared to the other two. 16-14, only 2.5k gold, 3k gold in it. Meanwhile, Lomi does pick up a kill there on the Gilder. This is the game I was hoping for. You know, this is the Wilder Pets side from the first game, and this is the X3 Star team from the second game. And this is what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see one team dominate the other. I want to see 2 teams fighting it out hard over objectives, and all the little things making the big differences. This is now the Dark Slayer. Ooh, nice attempt to take there by Papa J on the Violet. Isn't going to be enough indulgence used to secure that kill onto Violet. Does go down. Suzaku also out of position, is going to go down as well. That's going to be 2 kills picked up there, and this is going to be the go sign. Oh, they've found an Armand. The Armand is going to back off. I don't know what's going to happen here. 2 members of the team have backed off to defend because the minion wave was pushing into the point where their base was starting to take damage. Did force them to back, allowed them to heal up as well. And now it's going to be up to the enemy side to see what's going on here. Zephyr's versus in mid lane. Slim's doing what he can, chasing him down. Does have the Ancestral Glory as well, so he's feeling pretty confident right now. I'm surprised he didn't dive there. He could have easily taken that kill. Abyssal Dragon, meanwhile, did get picked up by the Wilder Pets side in the same time. Lane's breached. Okay, so this is going to be a huge deal now. What's going to happen? We can see 4 members of the Wilder Pets side group mid. They push deep. They're going very deep. In fact, big knockups all round. Going onto the team. AOV dive comes in. There's the AOV spin to win from Orma. There's the indulgence. Locks down 3 members of the enemy side. Does great work. Lomi doing what he can to try and get it, but he's going to dive under turret, unfortunately for him, and he's going to die. Now, that's some low members of the team for Wilder Pets, and they're going to have to run away because that is still 5 members alive for the X3 Star team. They are now going to be pushing the mid, and I don't know if Kev's alone can push the wave here, but he's trying to get some gold before he goes. I'm just going to clear that wave. Zephyrus is going to dive down onto him, dive himself out the way, but this is going to be Violet chasing him down. They're not going to worry about him because there's a base to kill. Kev's is going to be like, you know what, guys, I'm the sole survivor. I'm going to farm that wave, and GG. But that is going to be huge plays there from both sides throughout the whole game. But that is going to be X3star riding a wave of confidence from that second game right into the third game and to a series victory for them in this series versus the Wilder Pet side. So well played both teams, but GG. That was a really good game.
Yeah, very, very good game from both teams for the last game of the night. For a moment there when we saw Wilder Pet picking up the Dark Slayer buff, we thought that it will swing for them, but eventually it did not happen, and SFS just managed to absorb all this pressure, win the big team fight, and eventually end the game in a very, very comfortable manner. So yeah, very well played by X3star, coming back from 1-0 down. In the end, they win 2-1 and earn 3 points for their team. Alright, so let's take a look at the Facebook post who got the prediction right. A lot of people predicted Catfoots will win 2-0 against Saiyan Royal Flush, but Saiyan Royal Flush won 2-0. So it seems like no one picked Saiyan 2-0, and yep, other than the guy that posted an hour ago, which is it will be an invalid submission. It seems like we don't have a winner for this Irie code.
An hour ago. Well, after team signed 1-2-0.
Yeah. So even though he got the two, Muhammad Sharian, although you got the two prediction correct, but unfortunately you posted an hour before. An hour before, so that's not gonna be counted, and the Irie code is still available next day, which is tomorrow. We will have Light Soup 24 against Hexa Alpha, and then we will have the last game of the round 1, Valhalla Bloodlines against Samurai Gamers. Mal, you might not have heard of Samurai Gamers. They were actually previously
Doministus Astra.
Yeah, they are.
That's
so
right. I follow the SEA scene. I keep. Don't you worry.
Nice. So they picked up Doministus Astra. That's their first esports team, and congratulations to X3star. Very, very big win here tonight against Waba Pets, picking up the 3 points, and it's gonna be very, very valuable coming towards the end of the season when it comes to the playoffs, and you get a better seeding as well. So 3 points.
I was gonna say the main reason is because Samurai Gamers follow me on Twitter.
Ah, nice.
So they followed me. I think they dropped me a saying they really liked my casting, which I really appreciated. And I said I was looking forward to casting them under the new name when I get the chance.
Shout out to Samurai Gamers, as well as we do have another person from the community that contribute heavily. AOV Pro, although they don't have a lot of followers, but they are posting highlights from these matches from VPL Southeast Asia. So if you guys want to see highlights, make sure you guys follow AOV Pro on YouTube, and they will be posting highlights from day 1, day 2, day 3. I think they have already posted for day 1, and I'm not too sure about day 2, but do check them out.
If it counts for anything, I'm following them. I'm already following them. I just had a look on Twitter. I'm already following them, so yeah, I'm already doing my part.
Nice. Yeah, good job. So yeah, I'm very happy that all these Samurai Gamers, AOV pros are covering VPL, and I hope that more partners will come on to cover us as well, as we try to grow this competitive scene together in Arena of Valor. I think it's very healthy for everyone to help each other. So if you guys would like to collaborate or would like to sponsor us or something, just let us know. We are open for any sort of ideas for collaboration. But yeah, so I guess that's it from us tonight. Mal, thank you for joining me tonight for the this really two good games, Saiyan Royal Flush against Cat Food 2-0, X3 Star against Baba Pets 2-1. What do you think? Do you think it's vastly different from open qualifiers?
Definitely a high quality of play. Definitely more communication and more team oriented gameplay. You know, and I think this is what we were hoping for. You know, the whole process of qualifiers is to find the best of the best, to find those stronger teams that are going to bring their A game when it comes to the qualifiers. So, yeah, I think it did its job, and now we've got some really good, strong quality teams to play with and to enjoy casting. So, I've enjoyed today, and as always, thank you very much for the opportunity. So I look forward to casting more for you guys in future. I do apologize that I'm so intermittent in my casting for thing due to time zones, and unfortunately still having to have a full-time job, which I'm hoping to change as the year goes on.
Yeah, we hope so too.
Yeah, thank you. And then hopefully I can eventually transition to full-time streaming and casting. But yeah, I look forward to it definitely, man. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited if it happens for me, honestly. But yeah.
Thanks. So we do hope that we could build up the VPL for more sponsorship and eventually fund our casters, but that's another story. But anyway, just a quick roundup of the results. For Group B today, we saw Saiyan Royal Flush beating Cat Food 2-0 and X3 Star beating Baba Pets 2-1. As for Group A, we saw, well, let me just refresh that really quickly on stream. New Era, Dix PH, Nexus eSports, as well as Team